pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. So, number 2 is approval for minutes from 10:04.
Who's at the meeting?
Oh, I'm sorry. We're gonna I was gonna recognize guests next.
Okay,
Linda.
never mind then.
Approval of minutes for 10:04. Anyone have anything in them that needs to be corrected? I think I'm good.
Yeah, I didn't see anything.
Hearing nothing, is there a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second that.
It's been seconded. All those in favor of approving the minutes, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Hearing none, passed. All right, so then we're gonna recognize guests. Mr. Libby with us, we have Levi,
Dan Seeley.
pardon?
Dan Seeley.
Dan Seeley, and our cameraman. So, who would like to go first? Would you have any?
Okay, I won't take much time. I'm basically here to say, if you wanted, there's a new grant cycle coming up, just like we've done the past 2 years, for infrastructure. So if there's anything like culvert work or ditch work that you could throw me some information, I could write it up, pick a location, and I can write that up just like I did the past 2 years. Getting real easy.
Just
now.
starting earlier.
They're
Yeah.
starting early.
Yeah.
I think the deadline's going to be the end of December.
Okay.
The other grant I just finished writing for the Richford Conservation Commission is to, and this was one of the teachers of the high school's idea. There's a pathway from the high school down to the river, and the students go down there with the teachers for biology and ecology classes. And that place is, there's steps, but they're just cut in the dirt. So we looked at it and said, we could really improve this to make it safer, so less slippery, and make it easier to get down. So I wrote a grant for that we were going to send in from the Conservation Commission. And I just got an email this morning from Lindsay, who's giving out the money. He says, you could have the school submit that grant. And I think Todd Marlowe, one of the science teacher there, he could be sort of in charge of that, because that way we could get the money for that, and then that frees us up for another grant for the Conservation Commission. So I just got this information this morning, and so I emailed all our committee members, and we'll have a meeting next week and see what we can do. And there's another person who is written a grant who wants to sort of co-sponsor the grant with us, and that would be great because he's already done all the work. And that would be looking for the mussel population in the river, which would be great, because if he finds a lot of mussels, I would like to go in and get them. I have no idea if there are any there. I don't know if he does. He's done surveys further down the river, but he'd like to survey the Richford area. So that's, that doesn't really bring us much, but it'd be nice to have done. Okay, so that would be 3 possible grants we could get, so some benefit to Richford.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does.
Thank you.
Do some good work, Dan. Appreciate it. Appreciate you doing it.
I was gonna say, it sounds like a good thing to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's helped us on a couple projects on, the Pinnacle Road. We did all the stone line ditches on the Pinnacle Road with their money, and we did Green Avenue this year with their money. So
South Richford too, is that part of it?
that was a different
That was
grant
different,
there,
yeah.
yeah.
Hey,
And all the signs.
Yeah, and all the
Yeah,
signs.
those
you
signs
did.
are nice.
That's
Yeah.
nice. That's awesome.
I still haven't been around to read them all.
Have you read the one out by your place?
No, I haven't. That's one of them I haven't read. I was gonna walk over the other day and I didn't.
That's a nice one.
I gotta go look at it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Excellent.
thank you.
Thank
Do
you.
you need anything else from us right now, or
I
just?
this is just an information to you.
Awesome.
Putting a bug in my ear.
There you
right,
go.
You, Jason, or whatever, whoever, you know, just like we've done in the past.
Yeah.
Mayor, can you stay for a minute?
Oh, sure.
Because I get to go next way back.
Okay, I'll listen to you.
Thanks. You
can
don't
if
need to
you-
listen to my whole spiel, but the first part.
Okay. Levi?
Thanks. So I think the last time that I was here, I talked about the fact that we'd been invited back for the round 2 of the URSA grant, which is trails around town. We want to do walking and mountain biking trails. Our hope is to go sidewalk from where it ends on near the town garage down to Chet and Kate's, do something to cross the road, walk down through the stump dump, and put trails in all through the 2 pieces of property we own down there at the playground, and then have a set of stairs going up onto Intervale, as well as a wooden walkway that goes down near the playground with a couple of different entry points, hoping to come with miles of trails. This is due mid-November. We're gonna need a strong team, and Dan, I have you sitting here because I just asked if you'd be willing to help with this. And then I think we should invite Martin Vallender because he's a mountain bike club president and knows some people who work on this kind of stuff as well. I'd like to see Greta sit on that, and Scott, I don't know if you have any free time to at least give us some input
Always got
there.
some time.
Okay, thank you. Josh Goss at Cold Hollow has some great resources, and he said he'd be willing to kind of work with us around that. So that's the start of that group, but I think we need to
Do you,
think about anybody
do you have
else.
some drawings?
Yeah, we have some rough, but
That's
Josh
okay.
has the software that he could
Okay.
actually draw them out with, we think.
Yeah,
So, and
great.
so I'm hopeful that that's where we're at. So that's what I needed you for, Dan, thank you.
Okay?
Sounds good.
Feel free to keep staying if you want.
Keep volunteering, yeah.
I'm gonna get out
I
of
was gonna
here.
say, you might as well get while the getting's
I
good.
appreciate you.
No, that's fine.
Okay, great, I'll get a hold of you.
Okay, you know where I live.
Yes, I do.
Stevens Mill Slide, Kenneth Morse's old house up in the meadow across from,
Oh, okay.
built a new house up in that meadow.
Very impressive place. So, couple of things, the work that Sherry and I and Macy put in on the post office, the Paul Brunn grant just came out for preservation, and we may be able to access that money. So I sent an email out, but we need to start thinking about putting together a grant committee for that, because what I've learned is that a lot of us wanna say, but we don't make the time to sit down together. And so if we can say, okay, I'm interested in historical preservation of the post office, I'm interested in this piece, and we actually sit and put some time on it, it'll go smoother. It's taken me almost a year to learn that, but. And then another grant coming up that's small is a placemaking grant. It's really aimed at the senior population, so if you have anybody that you're like, they'd be great to sit on that, that would be wonderful. It's kind
What
of
is it
easy.
called?
Placemaking, it's an AARP grant. Sorry, I can come out here out of the corner now. And then there's the capital investment grant. I just sat in a webinar on Friday, and that's a grant that we're gonna want to consider. It's roughly 1.5 million, and it's for community development. It's for tourism dollars, and I think, you know, we applied for VORAC and didn't get it, but I think we could extend that purpose and make that larger and work with people who we think might be putting some tourism businesses into the community. I think that when we think about that team, it might be something we want to use the READY grant writers for. We can apply for READY to help us with that. But I think we want to invite Tim Smith to the table on that one, Greta, planning, you know, business owners. For sure, that's going to be, like, this is a big pot of money, and it's aimed at rural communities.
What's the match on something like that?
Great question. I can't even tell you 100%
Yeah.
what it is off the top of my head, but I have it.
Just curious.
Yeah, let me just pull that. Because this one was very interesting to me. So, who's eligible? It has to be a transformational project, attract new business or retain existing businesses, be geographically distributed across the state, and encourage capital investment and economic growth. It very much aligns with the conversations we had this summer with a number of key stakeholders throughout the state. And it cannot represent more than 50% of the total project cost, but what I do know is that ARPA funds can be used against that. And the total grant for an individual project will not exceed the lesser of 1.5 million, or the calculation of the net fiscal, economic, and social impact of the proposed project to the state as determined by the net fiscal impact model. I think it's probably something we want to have our state reps sit on as well, if we can get them there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how are you anticipating soliciting people to sit on these grant committees?
I'm gonna ask people.
I understand
We're gonna
that,
decide who wants to do it, and we're gonna honor people who are skilled in those areas,
Well, I think
so.
we have a lot of hidden talents in town, and I just don't know how to tap into them.
Out of those, do you have anybody that you're like, wow, they would be great on any of these? Because I'll put them right on my list and ask them.
Off the top of my head, I don't, but they're out there.
Yeah, please think on it, and because especially this capital investment grant, we want a large
Absolutely,
stakeholder group sitting at the table,
absolutely.
so.
And you're still not able to really involve business owners. Is that true?
And as much as I would like to, no, yeah, I
okay.
definitely cannot.
All right.
You know, I've had a lot of
What's that?
business owners come to me and ask for, like, grant, like, what do you have for grants? And I go and I can talk to them about what I have for grants, but even businesses that I see as being beneficial to our community, because they're bringing in what we want, we don't have the opportunity to sit down and write their grants for them.
No, but I'm talking about potentially involving them in
In
these
this, no,
kinds of things.
absolutely, yeah,
You know,
so when we wrote the VORAC, it was to try and, like, if a business comes to town, that we can give, you know, like, could we give you $10,000, like an RFP for getting a business here, potentially? Is that RFP? Yeah.
Request for proposals?
Yeah, that.
Yeah,
Thank
there you go.
Because some towns are doing that model.
Mm-hmm.
Or, you know, if you have a soft rec business, could we give you $10,000 over the course of 5 years for being here? Could we give you, you know, I'm throwing out bigger numbers because this is more money. If you're gonna start a rec business here, over the course of 5 years, can we hand you $20,000 to offset that cost?
Great.
Can we help you to fix up a current business? Can we, you know, like, one of the pieces was, can we fund an event planner for a year to get the infrastructure here?
Mhm.
So, I would love to see us think in that way. So that's.
Could some of these grant funds be used for a town administrator?
That is a good question. I do know that we have, I don't know if I've sent out the email, but I do know that we have some funding for that.
I know.
Okay, did I send that?
Tim Smith was at
Send
that
it to all
meeting
of
and he
us,
said they're committing
So-
10,000.
Well, another agency has committed 20,000 to that
Beautiful.
position.
Yeah,
So we
okay.
now have 30,000 for that position.
Very good.
Great.
So about half the cost
Yeah, and
of a
they're,
position.
and I
Yeah.
think that they will continue to push for it to snowball after this team makes a decision on, you know, like, I think they'd like to meet with you again if possible, probably. I know that the new director of rural development has reached out to me and I've said, why don't you guys decide what you wanna say and go meet with our select board? I'll
Great.
schedule that, I'll do what you need, so.
Okay. On grants, is there anything, I know I keep asking because I'm fire and
It
ambulance.
hasn't come out yet.
Okay.
I keep watching for it, it hasn't
Okay.
come out yet.
I've been getting quotes to Kylie, so she's been getting, yeah, okay.
She's been forwarding them, yes, so I'm waiting for that to come out. So, next thing is, we did trash day, it was a huge success. We did not have as much, funding come in this time, but we did have people come that the sheriff had recommended come. I wanna commend Rick Mason for taking trash over to Casella's for us after getting a trailer load from the woods behind him of town land.
That's great.
Elizabeth Martin was a key volunteer again, and we had a high school student named Ryan Lumbra who was awesome. So it was a smaller crowd than we wanted, but people drove around door to door. Corey Heverin came to join us, who owns a building next to the park, and Elizabeth and my husband Wally went with him, and they helped people clean up.
Excellent.
Good.
I am incredibly grateful to Casellas for their support and for, Weatherby's for hauling that. And,
Is that the load of tires I saw Weatherby's hauling
Yep.
away today?
and John, being as humble as John is, doesn't want credit for it, but he has done our
Absolutely.
town a great service, and that's,
Absolutely.
that being said, I went down tonight to look at cause
Yeah,
Rick
that's
went down and
terrible.
picked up some stuff, and someone used that spot as a dump. And
Yep.
I was seething when I came in, I'm heartbroken now. I hope that whoever it is will come forward and we can help them clean up their mess. But it really devalues the work of the community to have that happen. I am gonna follow up.
Have we gone through the trash at all to see if there's anything in
I
there?
started to, and then I was
It's
like, it's
raining,
raining,
yeah.
I'm not gonna do it. So I contacted the sheriffs, they told me to contact the state police. I said, I'm gonna reach out to Sheriff Langevin.
Actually, talked to Barry Domina. He got that mess cleaned up on 105 by the pullout there within hours.
But he's a sheriff, correct?
No, he's
No.
with Solid Waste
Solid
District.
Waste.
Okay,
And his number is,
thank you.
give me a second. You can keep talking while I'm looking for
Okay.
it.
So, I don't think we'll have enough money to fund another one, but I do know that the community feedback that we got, the surveys and stuff, where people are feeling good about it. I know that, volunteers actually they found places in town that they felt were not great. Thank you. One of the places that they found in town that's not great was a town-owned, home. Thank you, and they,
Town-owned home?
yes, the town owns a piece of property
Which one?
that,
You can tell us, I mean.
I don't know, off Troy, like on Troy in the corner of,
Oh, the Farrar
Farrar
property,
Center.
yeah, or Farrar,
And they
however you say it
went-
around here.
they were like, they had a few extra minutes, and Wally had a pretty sizable trailer, and Elizabeth and Wally went and picked up, some trash there, so like, people really trying to make things look better, which is wonderful to see. I think those are kind of the two major things that we've had going on. The next thing that I mentioned previously, I just gave Andy a flyer, but we're coming along with our Halloween hootenanny. Contacted over 150 people to be in the parade. It's kind of a weird time of year, but we do have some commitment. We do have an Enosburg business that I'm pretty excited about coming is Leland and Sue's Cupcakery, because they're gonna do a special release of a cupcake, and so people will come for that. We have some high school kids that have put together a scavenger hunt. There'll be games. We've got a DJ playing for free, and all of our local businesses are doing something afterward. And so we'll be able to advertise that as well. And so advertising campaign is gonna start tonight. We're gonna start putting things out. It's on the town website already, and we'll ask other towns to share it as well, so.
Perfect.
Hoping to bring some people
You
in.
been doing anything?
No, I don't sleep ever, I just work, so. After October 30th, I'm gonna have a life again,
Wow.
so.
Okay.
Well,
Questions?
thank you for all the efforts.
Do you have several food vendors and stuff like that?
I don't have enough yet, so if you have ideas, please
Okay.
see me and or send me an email and I'll get a hold of them.
Alright,
And it's easy, they don't need any permitting at all, because we don't have any vendor permits
yeah,
on the books for the town, so they can just show up.
yeah,
And even if, if the fire department wants to sell hot dogs outside of the movie theater, or something like that, or,
We're gonna
I know
have
you're
them
gonna be
so
in the
busy,
parade, but
so
yeah, I
busy
know.
that night.
I know, but any of those, even, maybe the rec committee wants to raise some money,
yeah.
something like that.
We have outsourced really well and have almost every group in town as involved as we can possibly have them, which is awesome.
Great.
So I think that the high school kids will be doing a fundraiser, running the game, so that's.
Cool, yeah,
Yeah.
excellent.
Nice,
So, thank you guys for your support on
oh,
that.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
John, I actually have you in the, on the agenda here is under zoning.
Planning, actually, I'm here for.
That's okay.
For the planning grant that we talked about a couple of weeks ago, this is just a copy of it. It needs to, the resolution needs to be signed tonight by you board members. So I can send it to regional. This is just your own copy, and there's a worksheet on the back, how the funds would be spent. And here's a copy that needs to be signed
Okay.
by board, and then I think you each have to sign it on the next page.
Okay.
And this would be, could be up to 22,000, and we'd be responsible for 10,000, or for 2% or 10% of it,
10%,
Yeah.
so 2,000.
2,200, yeah.
Okay. Looks good.
Yeah.
Anything?
No, I think it looks good.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to sign and approve the municipal resolution for municipal planning grant.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion passed. So just gotta figure out where to sign.
Thanks. What's that?
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's all right.
Come in.
That name. Alternate. So we gotta have two signatures, but it looks,
Yeah,
Well, we
I
gotta
don't
sign
think
on the
you
back
need
page
to.
there, though. But
okay. Right here, John, is where you're talking?
Yeah, each of you need to sign it.
And this is already approved, right? I mean, we just,
You guys approved it to apply for it, yes.
oh, okay, we're still just applying for it.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
And this has to be submitted, I think, by November 1st, so that's why you needed to
Now is
sign
the
it tonight,
time,
and I
yep.
need to get it back to regional planning.
Sounds good.
I think we got it in the right place.
Get figured out?
I think so,
So we'll sign there.
yeah. If not, John will come track me down, I'm sure. You have anything else?
So,
No, okay.
Okay, Dorothy's coming, John, with,
So.
Company's Richford.
I'm not sure, I gotta ask him. I was reading this part, was either
at the
the
Bobby
chief
Hill?
executive
At the bottom of
officer
the hill,
or
almost
defined
the top of
it's in the
hill.
by
lawyer's hand.
the
Is that
select
one up on
board
top of the
member
hill too?
of town manager.
That one hasn't got that far
Yeah,
yet.
I don't
It's
know.
horrible.
Yeah.
George
Went
again.
up there 2-3 weeks ago, took some pictures there.
It's awful.
So everything at the bottom of the hill is taken to the top of the hill. That's why.
I know, it's crazy, isn't
I
it?
know. If you clean up the bottom, they just take it to the top. So.
And it's so bad up there. Up there is
Well,
so bad.
They need a.
up by you,
Yeah,
Yeah.
where the two
Warning as
trailers
well.
are and all the cars and all the
Yeah.
garbage and
Yeah.
over the bank and over the back behind the bank. And
yeah.
it's turned into a big dump.
So chairperson report on Farrar Street. As far as I know, we're just going through the motions of getting these people evicted. It was supposed to go to the lawyer the last I heard. I haven't had an update on that since then. Does anyone else know anything on that?
All right, that is, was due October 31st. They should have been evicted then. Why weren't they?
October 1st.
October 1st, was it?
Yeah, that's correct.
Oh, that's right, October 31st hasn't come. Why weren't they evicted that day? They called the lawyer.
Last I heard from Kylie, it was tied up the lawyer. Lawyer had to file something, and I'm not clear on it, Linda.
There's nothing to tie up. They got an eviction notice for 30 days. They should have been evicted on the 1st of October. I'm sorry I wasn't there, but I don't understand why they're still there.
I'm just.
Yeah, I know.
This is what I'm being told.
Okay, well.
Apparently they told Kylie that they were willing to pay rent.
Well, they're not. We don't want rent.
Exactly.
No, and they were
So that's what-
they were denied that.
To the
and-
sheriff, that's what they said to the
Right.
sheriff.
Well, we're not accepting that. We want them out of there. We haven't even looked at the inside of that building yet.
I know.
That's correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a process. We're just trying to
Well, the
work through.
process was set in
The sheriff should have evicted.
yeah, the process was you're out on October 1st.
I think there's more to it than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you want to say what it is?
Well, we don't know what it is.
We're not clear on it, but
Well,
from
there's nothing to tell about it. They want free rent. They've had it for a year. What more do we need to know?
from my understanding, the lawyer's being taking care of that part of it.
Uh-huh.
That's all I know.
We just gotta go about it legally in order
Well,
to
we
get them
did
out.
when 21 Elm Avenue, we evicted them in 30 days and they were out.
Yeah, they were in agreement to leave though. This is kind of a different
Well.
case.
From my understanding, though, on a good note, it sounds like they're starting to move stuff out of
Well,
there.
good.
So
Well, we have a right to go in there and start checking the place out, don't we?
Probably. I don't know that.
Well, I think we do.
We'll make some calls to the attorney tomorrow.
Well, I can do that too.
Okay,
Yeah.
either way, that's
I've been
fine.
working on it for a year.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
No, they should be out of there and they
Yeah,
are.
we should be out. We haven't even gone into the house yet. We've owned it for over a year.
I know.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And we're being used.
Yep,
And, do they want to pay the back rent for a year? Are they willing to do that?
I doubt it.
Okay. I'm sick of pussyfooting around. We've been long enough.
okay, as far as that, that's
Yep.
all I have for that. If anyone has anything else to bring up, hear none, we'll go on to the next highway report. Plow contract. I was supposed to ask you about that.
Oh, yeah.
Plow contract?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I signed that today.
Okay. Okay.
Kylie had a copy of it. I signed it. We all agreed to stick with the same price that we had.
Yep.
Not the last meeting, I guess the meeting before, wasn't it? Maybe it was last meeting. I don't know.
2 meetings ago, I think.
Yeah, we stayed with the same price. I signed the
Right.
contract
Yep.
today with Kylie.
Okay.
perfect.
As far as other town highway stuff, not really a whole lot to mention, I guess.
How
Just
about-
doing our everyday things, getting ready for winter here, trying to get some of our equipment back on our trucks. And we did temporarily patch the Haggerty Street Bridge today.
Okay.
I ended up pouring concrete in the deck of that just to patch it so we could pull our pieces of
Was it-
steel off in the deck and somebody wouldn't get an ankle or something down through the hole. I was kind of afraid somebody
That's a
would
little
get hurt.
cross street by 105A.
That's-
Wasn't it damaged by Pike?
No,
No.
it was damaged from the Halloween storm.
Oh, okay, all right.
Is that safe for a truck or
No,
Okay.
I gotta get signs and get the sign on it.
I just wanted to know.
Right. No, I wouldn't go across it with a fire truck.
Okay.
If you had to fight fire, stay on this side.
Yep, that's what I wanted to know.
I wouldn't cross it.
Okay.
It's probably safe enough, but just, you'd be too close to the
Yeah.
dwelling
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
Yard debris pickup.
Here in the shower
We're
outside.
gonna start this week and
Okay.
into
When you get
next.
done.
That was actually, Guy Sherman all had asked that. When you're gonna start picking up.
We usually start the week before Halloween, so we'll start this week and
Yeah,
Well,
gradually
I don't need it.
rev
is
that.
there any limit?
Well, the way it's written in the, I don't have it, but
Yeah.
there is, it's supposed to be yard debris, not when somebody hires a contractor to come in and take down a tree and leaves us three
Well-
dump truckloads of tree
Brush.
limbs and stuff to
Well,
pick up.
you know, I lost 3 trees Saturday,
Oh, yeah.
and 2 of the cedars out by the street, I'm stripping the branches off of them, and there's a big pile of brush there.
Check off, sweater off.
We're gonna keep the trunks and that type of stuff and make posts out of them, you know? And then the other one, there's a silver maple in the back that I lost, and that's, but I think John LaFontaine's gonna cut it up and take it for firewood. So, but it's gonna be a pretty big pile of brush.
Oh, we have some
So-
big ones.
Okay.
Some people go a little overboard.
Well, you can put me in that category for this year,
Okay.
so.
I'm
just as
gonna
a
look
heads
it up, see how it is stated. Actually,
Yeah.
when we did the merge, and it was in the merger when town took over the village, and it kind of described what yard debris pickup was, and I
Yeah.
just wanna refresh my memory with it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you can help me out, that'd be great.
Okay, oh,
That's,
more than likely we will. There's a lot of it out there.
Yeah, no,
We'll be picking it up this week.
that was a weird,
Okay.
did you have any other cleanup after the storm on Saturday?
We haven't had anything.
That's
Really?
That's a good thing.
Because we had like straight line winds went right through there, snapped 2 of the cedars along the side of the road off, and then took down a silver maple in the back, and a lot of branches, blew everything off the porch.
Really?
You know, to the back fence line.
Must have had like a microburst.
Yeah,
right through
exactly.
there.
Yeah, it was pretty strong. So, but anyway, appreciate whatever help, and you know, if I need to do something about it, I can help out just as well. So,
Right, the rest of the highway, I think,
You
pretty
good?
much sums it up.
Okay. Buildings.
Okay, I've gotten 2 different quotes from 2 different companies for the furnaces for the town garages. Gonna be getting a 3rd quote, I'll call them tomorrow, and have them come and do that as soon as they can, to hopefully put in for next year's budget. Post office, the contract is still back with Kylie. They have 2 different types of contracts they send out. One is if they're the only one in the building, and one is if there are 2 other people in the same building being shared. So they cover the janitorial fees if they're the only one in the building, if they're not. And they sent us that one versus the other one. So that one was taken care of, so they sent us the correct one now. The other thing in there, which I've never seen an original contract, so this contract, they're charging us $6,000 for a company to draw up these contracts. Apparently we paid it the last time.
We debated it the last time too. Let me
So-
ask you a question.
Sure.
If the supervisory union leaves next year, we won't be having,
Exactly.
and will they pay then the custodial?
We
I
can,
saw the contract earlier,
Yeah.
and I saw that in there. Of course, I didn't get a chance to talk to you about it, but if and when the supervisory union leaves at the end of this year, that'll leave 1 custodial.
right, but isn't our intention to try to get other people back in there?
Well, it's our intention, but if we don't have anybody, it's $6,000 too.
Right, right.
I mean, you know, you add that to the heat and stuff from the stairs, you might not need to rent it out so fast.
Right.
When does that due?
January, I believe, of 2022.
Okay, well, 222. Oh, well, that's this year.
No, 223. It's over a year away.
Oh, okay, so we have time to talk about
Yeah,
it.
they always send it out like a year
Yeah,
and a
I
half
knew
in
they did,
advance.
because before I left, they had talked about it. Okay, then we've got time.
Yeah, we have time.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the library, they had replaced a couple of light bulbs in their chandelier, and when they did, I'm
Right.
thinking the baluster inside of it broke, and it shorted out, and it kept popping the breaker.
yeah, I was trying to reset it all
Yeah.
day Saturday.
So, D&D was supposed to be there on Friday, they didn't make it there, so they were going today, late morning, so to fix it.
Do you know if they showed up?
I have not heard anything, I'm assuming I did because I promised them they'd be there today, cause I called D&D first thing this morning.
Okay.
And he goes, I'm actually on my way that way. So
Cool.
I'm like, okay, so.
I mean, it wasn't real critical. It was just some overhead lights, some wall outlets
Oh,
inside.
she said they had to use a flashlight to get people out from the upstairs.
What? When did that happen?
Upstairs, it got too dark, so they had to use a flashlight to help people get down the stairs, and I'm
Who's
like,
she?
For one chandelier?
Well, no, it
Popped the breaker.
Oh, it popped the breaker,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Yeah, it shorted out and then popped the breaker.
Maybe they don't need the chandelier, maybe.
Well, that's what I said. I said,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
if they don't show up, I said, before it gets dark, take the light bulbs out.
Right, right.
I think he was there, cause he was
He was.
talking to Kyle today.
Yeah, because I told him to come see Kylie afterwards about both parks, about replacing the boxes next year and getting it put into my budget, for
Will we
next
pay
year.
for the chandelier too?
No, well, no, we're not replacing the chandelier.
Okay,
If we have to take it out, we take it out.
all right, okay.
But as far as the boxes at both, parks, Davis Park and
Yeah.
then the park here on Main Street, because the one down in Davis Park shocked somebody when they were plugging stuff in, so.
Okay, yeah, that's had some
So
problems.
they're
Well, they
gonna do
put-
quotes for us.
they put a new box in there
Yeah, I thought
2
so.
months ago.
Yeah, but I'm thinking there's something like them.
It's probably not the box.
There's
it's
all
probably
kinds of
something else.
other
Yeah,
electrical outlets there and
So I'm gonna have
stuff.
them do a quote on replacing it. That's
Cool.
why he was in talking with Kylie's to check out exactly what happened when they were down there.
Well, I would say, take a good look at Davis Park, because I think you got more power than you're ever gonna need down there. There's a ton of outlets
Yeah.
on the post, and there's,
Infrastructure.
yeah, you don't need that much, you really don't.
There's only one left on the gazebo when we plug in the Christmas lights.
Yeah.
There used to be several, but there's down to one the
I
last
know.
few years, there's only
And
one
what was
there.
happening a couple of years ago when we had to plug in the generator or something to run down there when we did the Harvest Festival a few years ago? We were having issues, we had to run,
Yeah. I was
plug-ins and
trying to
everything.
remember.
Well,
Yeah.
because kids pulled the plugs out too for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're out now.
Yeah. They were ripping them out of the gazebo.
Yep.
I think they've moved, but I'm not sure. I mean the kids.
So it's
Oh, they're
out
still around.
again
Oh.
since, it's out again since the Harvest Festival this year, because we had power.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, this
I've
stuff
turned
was
off all the
shocked.
breakers,
Yeah, somebody
except
was
for the
shocked.
one light that shines for the flag.
Yeah.
So if we,
So-
sorry, when we need it for the Halloween Hootenanny, can you turn it on that day for us?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, thank you
Oh,
very
yeah, no
much.
problem.
Hey, the potty is still there
2 of them,
at the Davis Park.
2 of them.
Okay, do we need one at the playground anymore? No.
So the girls in the office, Linda, are working on moving those so that they're available for the October 30th
Yeah, I was
event.
gonna say, we'll keep them through October 31st, then they need to be taken back.
Thank you.
Good.
Okay.
All right. Is that it?
I think we need to talk about maybe something with Davis Park. There's a lot of destruction going on down there. I went down and yelled at a kid for tearing apart the stuff.
Mrs. O'Brien is getting me contact information and she's recommended a specific officer to speak with. And she wants
Perfect.
me to give you information.
I was
for.
gonna say, where are the officers? Why aren't they down there? Do I need to call,
No,
what's his face?
doesn't do any good.
Well,
It doesn't.
No, I found out who the
We've
kid's
sent-
name was, and I talked to Levi, and Levi talked to Beth O'Brien, and then they kind of put it all together, and they're in contact with a police officer, would be the right one to go talk to him.
okay,
It's an individual they've been having troubles with by the sounds.
Yeah, for a long time.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, there's a
And
group
he's a
of them.
repeater.
Yeah.
I mean, you were there looking at or it wasn't you, one of the town guys.
Steve was.
Yeah, he went over there with the one class from the high school, I think.
Yeah.
Because they've knocked out so many slats
Yeah,
in
it's
the railings and
crazy.
I know.
and the back is gone and
Now, on
they're
another,
abusing the playground too. You know, every day you gotta put that
Well,
little
you think
shovel
it's the same
thing back.
kids?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it is the
is.
same
Cause I
kids.
see him
Well, then,
over there.
why don't
all
we
the
get
time.
Andre on it?
He's been on it.
Okay.
so they're working the avenue with the school, and at the same point, I was talking to Kylie today. Last meeting, we talked about having the high school shop teacher and his kids go down and fix it
Yep.
up.
Yep.
We just need Kylie needs some sort of email from us approving to spend money at Sticks and Stuff for the
Materials.
the materials, basically.
Well, I have a budget for the park. All it takes is, yes.
Yeah, that's all she's looking for.
Okay, well, I'll tell her, cause it's my budget, so.
Yep, so she's looking for a form of email.
All right, I'll send it tonight.
Okay.
So Linda, the other thing is, I got them, we ended up being able to get any town and school-based projects. I called Sticks and they're gonna give us a discount
Oh,
from.
good, good.
Yeah, so we
So
gotta,
I should tell him that when we get this stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
yeah, they expect, they have a deal.
Well,
where
who's
they're
gonna
working-
get the stuff? Who's the shop teacher?
Tom Barnum, and him and Kylie are working out how to order after you let her know that it's approved.
Okay, I'll call her tomorrow.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Awesome, awesome.
All right.
You just have to tell me, I can do it.
So, done with buildings now?
I'm done.
Okay.
I believe I hit all.
Water and sewer, Eastern Avenue, they had a break. The job was all done, what was it, about a week ago now? It was Monday.
Did it Monday, didn't
Yeah. It was a service line for Mayhew's store and apartments. They installed a new saddle in Corp. What's Corp? You know what that is?
Thing that comes off and goes to
Okay.
the corporation.
Okay. And ran a new section of 3/4 inch to the existing copper. The leak was an old repair, basically, is what Daryl's telling me.
May you still own that?
Far as I know,
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah.
So, other than that, that's all I have right now for water and sewer. So, parks, playgrounds, and cemeteries.
Have we heard anything about the building that fell in? Aren't they supposed to come in October?
They've pulled out, they're not gonna do it now.
Ah,
They're afraid they can't do it, so they've pulled out.
so nothing's been done? So,
Nothing's been done.
all right, I'll come.
We concreted the hole that Nick dug out. We
Yeah?
concreted that back in.
Why'd they make that decision?
Make what decision?
Since they weren't gonna do it?
I have no idea.
Really?
They talked with Kylie and said they didn't feel, I don't know, they were just afraid to do it for some reason. I don't know why, really.
Well, I'll call her tomorrow.
And, I've gone down and looked at it. We probably could hire a mason to go in and
Yeah,
point up the wall that's dropped, get it picked up and pointed back up.
Yeah.
We could re-pour like a micro top in or something on the floor that's in
Yeah.
there.
well,
I guess if we're gonna do it, we probably wanna do it this fall, so we don't have the big
well,
rush
do we
next
have
spring.
time?
I think so.
Who were you talking about for masons?
I don't know, we just have to get hold of
We got
somebody.
2 of them in town, right?
Yeah, there's at least 2, I guess. We got Rice, we got Greg Hall, or James, or
James,
Gilbro,
James, what's his last name?
Launch.
or Lange.
Yep.
Okay, well, I'll call you tomorrow, we'll call somebody. Have them look at it.
That would be my suggestion.
I don't think we should wait and let it go the winter, do you?
Well, I don't think it's gonna be an issue. It's just,
No.
we got more time. If we're gonna do it in-house, I have more time now than I
Okay.
do next spring.
Okay, well, I'll call you tomorrow. We'll talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, I don't think so. Everything's gonna be winterized pretty soon, so.
Okay. So police, I don't know of any, other than the report I read the last time, so
Yeah.
it's a monthly
Haven't heard
report,
anything.
so.
Yeah, it's, I don't know.
It is what it is.
I tried to call Roger a couple times last week and got his voicemail, and his mailbox isn't set up on his
That's
voicemail.
frustrating.
So,
I text back and forth, I usually is really,
what do I text with?
I know,
I
you
don't
don't
have a
have
phone.
one.
You call 2121?
Yeah, there was, it goes through the dispatch, and on those particular days, we didn't have sheriff's coverage.
Yeah.
So I tried to call Roger directly on his cell phone line, and his mailbox isn't set up. We got it taken care of anyway. It was,
All right.
we were just, there was some illegal dumping that took place down on 105, right by the town line in
Right.
Berkshire. And Barry Domina eventually got a hold of
I was gonna say,
them.
he's the one that
Yeah.
we should be calling anyway.
Yep.
Coming tomorrow.
Yep, I called him, and he's coming for tomorrow for some illegal dumping down behind Mayhew's after the cleanup day.
Let me
So,
ask you a question. Did they clean up on, after I sent them the letter, on the extension there?
Me.
they're off of the town land.
So,
Well, that's all I care about, is they're off town land.
they were told to bring it on Saturday and they did
They
indeed,
did,
which is
but it's
awesome.
off the town land, right?
Yeah,
Okay. The swimming pool and everything else. I
yeah,
don't
it's
care
up,
what they put on their land, but they're not gonna use the town land.
it's up close to the house now.
Okay, fine.
Okay,
So that's what they want.
nothing else?
Nope.
Ambulance.
New rig, huh?
The new ambulance is in, we're in the process of getting it ready. There's a couple snafus that happened. The stretcher, the electric stretcher that the town got the grant for, a few years back,
Yeah.
we were told it would fit right into the new stretch,
And it
into
doesn't.
the new unit, and it does not. It needs a couple brackets. Those are on order.
Yeah.
And we need a bracket for the monitor, the heart monitor. So that's on order. Kylie's gonna get the registration taken care of, and then when that happens, we'll get it licensed through the state of Vermont. The radios were installed in it today, so those are working.
Good.
So that's good, and we have a application for the ambulance. I won't give it any names, but it's a positive thing, so.
Good. Do you have two on the road now or one?
Just one on the road right now because they
The other
took,
one's been turned in, right?
yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
they drove off with it.
What's the time frame for getting the second one on though?
It depends on supplies of getting those brackets for the stretcher.
All right.
Might take
I'm
forever.
hoping a
No.
week and a half.
Yeah.
We're doing our best.
Yeah, yeah, oh,
All
A
right.
lot of things you can't get these
Do
days.
you have anything for ambulance?
I do not.
Okay. Other business, anything else needs to be brought to the table?
what, are we gonna hire a lister or not?
Do we have applications?
Yeah,
Yeah,
We had some.
we had some.
Okay.
We have to charge Carly though that, I just wondered, I mean, I'm not in any rush, but I
They-
just wondered how that was going.
they seem to think, and we need to hire some to protect our position.
Yeah,
But the current listers are saying they're going forward with the town reappraisal without any issues right now, so I think we can
Okay.
delay it for a while.
fine, yeah, that's my thought too.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, perfect.
I just wondered if I didn't want you hiring somebody without me knowing.
No.
Okay.
Any other business?
I got some personnel issues I guess we should go into executive session to talk about probably.
Okay.
Shouldn't take too long.
Okay.
Will we have action to take afterwards?
Maybe, I don't know.
Thank you.
Thank
That
you.
means you, Jerry, you gotta just step out, turn off the cameras and step out for a few minutes.
Make a motion, we go into executive session.
So you need me when?
I'll second it.
Yeah, because we might have a decision.
So you need to get in touch
Okay,
with
do I hear a motion to
Alright,
executive
okay.
session
Thank you.
to start?
Thank you.
Yeah, Linda motioned out,
Yeah.
seconded.
Jason,
Jason Weatherby, $1 raise for being assistant.
supervisor,
Yeah, assistant supervisor. just
I'll
got-
second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed.
What was the other one?
Stephen Tatro,
Stephen
yeah.
Tatro,
to hire him full-time and to give him a 50-cent raise.
Are you making that motion?
Sure.
Linda, you seconding that one too?
Sure, sure.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Nay?
Okay. And you can say I'm gonna try to look up the laws on COVID payments.
Yep.
okay.
Do a little more research on a policy.
Yeah, I'll try to get that stuff to my, I've got a computer here, I don't know why I can't be working during the day. I'm not doing anything else.
Okay.
Okay,
So that's everything. Motion to adjourn?
when are we gonna start, wait a minute, when are we gonna start budget hearings? Not till November?
Started yours on.
Yeah, we already started discussion on water and sewer.
Yeah, they always do that early though.
Yep,
Okay, I just wondered.
yep.
Anytime. Kylie's getting anxious.
I
Anytime.
know she is, that's why I've asked. All right. She hasn't done one before by herself.
Okay,
Yeah,
Sounds good.
get a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
aye.
Aye.